Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing Darth Vader Black, White, and Red Issue 3, which once again had 3 stories. Hard Shutdown Part 3, written by Jason Aaron, art by Leonard Kirk. Annihilated, written by Daniel Warren Johnson, who also did the art. And Diplomatic Impunity, written by Mark Bernardin, and with art by Stefano Raffaele, which the issue was released on June 28th, 2023, which like the previous 2 issues, I just didn't really care for this one that much. I liked the second story, Annihilated, mainly because I thought the art was cool and whatnot. But the final story, I also liked the art in that one also. But the story just didn't grab me as much. And once again, the main story, what's been like the ongoing one in this series, Hard Shutdown, just, continue not to grab me. I just haven't really found it that interesting. Which in this part, we see the character who captured Vader in the previous 2 parts, Sin, I think is his name, and his crew, which they took him to like some sort of base to kind of like a chop shop to break him apart and take Vader's parts to sell them. Obviously it didn't work out, and they've now escaped the base, and we see them inside their ship, which I know they won't be able to actually stop Vader and get his parts. So Sin says to instead just blow up their base, which they start to do that, but Vader stops them and crashes their ship, with the story ending with Vader now free and Sin seeing him, I guess in all of his glory, saying his father was right and that Vader is magnificent. So yeah, it just continued not to really interest me or grab me that much. Maybe it'll be better when reading all the 4 parts back to back. I don't know. But just kind of moving a little slow, and just, like I said, hasn't really interested me that much. But next was the story Annihilated, which I quite liked. It was a pretty simple story. It's pretty much just Vader taking out this whole rebel cell himself. He first takes out a blue squadron in space, which we've seen those call signs in the blue squadron used several times before, so I don't know what version of it's supposed to be. But Vader then goes down to the surface of this planet and takes out the rest of the rebels there, I guess by crashing a GR-75 transport ship on them. So yeah, but the story I thought was simple but cool, and I really liked the art in this one, which so far every issue has had a more weirder story with cool art, and I thought this was that story. Most of the time those have been the ones I've enjoyed the most, but obviously they are pretty short, so they really don't, so they aren't, very deep or anything like that, so I don't really enjoy them on like a deeper level. But the final story was Diplomatic Impunity, which I thought was just okay. Like, I liked the art in it, but the story I just wasn't super into. We see Vader take this Imperial officer to her home moon called Sargine 3, which he tells her it's a diplomatic mission, but it turns out he's there to take out a rebel cell, which I guess also the Imperial officer was a rebel spy, and that's why Vader took her. But I guess, when he reveals that and is going to kill her, she kind of pleads with him that she'll work as a double agent instead and, work for Vader, which I guess works as Vader lets her live and says that they have work to do. So yeah, I just wasn't really super into that. So yeah, but I thought the art was nice there and I liked it. But all in all, this series just continues to not be my thing. I've liked some of the stories, more so on a art level, but most of the time there's just really not enough time for these stories to really be fleshed out, so I just don't end up really caring too much about them. I really don't think about them too much after I read the issue, so yeah. But my grade for this issue is going to be a C, which is what I gave the other issues, so yeah. But next I'll review issue 4, which I think is already out, so whenever I do my review of that, you can check that out. But in the meantime, check out all my other Darth Vader comics and all my other comic reviews, and everything else to do by Vince Soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one.